You've got to let go of the time lost. You've got to let go of the anger that you feel toward people who got you involved in this and kept you involved in this. There are things about this religion and the way that it presents itself that keep you tethered to it.
Welcome to Unbound,
A podcast for new atheists,
and lifetime atheists,
ex-evangelicals.
truth seekers, and free thinkers.
There is life after faith
And life here is good. It's time for a new perspective.
and a better conversation. I'm Spider.
And I'm Shell, and it's time to get unbound.
All right, we're here. We made it. Beginning of a little dream for a little orange spider. I'm Spider,
And I'm Shell.
and it's time to get unbound. Welcome to Unbound. We are a podcast for new atheists, lifetime atheists, ex-evangelicals, truth seekers, and free thinkers. Whatever category you fall under, or maybe you don't fall under any of them, keep listening anyway. It's going to be fun. So, want to get into the nitty gritty here. Those of you who have been following us on Facebook kind of have a sort of kind of idea of what we're trying to do here, but I want to give an overview as to what this show is going to be and hopefully eventually get some feedback from our listeners as to what we should be doing, what we could be doing better, what kinds of topics you want to hear us discuss during the show. We really want to hear from the people who are listening because we're doing this for you. And we want it to be about you. And we want it to be about helping people get their lives back from a religion that can completely and utterly steal it out from under you, regardless of who you are, how smart you are, whatever your brain tells you about this thing that you're involved in. There is just something about it that holds people captive, and many for their entire lives. And I think that we've seen enough of that. I've witnessed enough of it. I've been part of enough of it. And let's just say I've reached a point where I've just gotten fed up enough to actually do something about this and not just sit around and complain about it. So basically, I started thinking a few weeks ago about how I wanted to approach this because I know what the problem is. I wasn't sure how to approach dealing with it in this kind of a format. So that's where the whole bit with new atheists, lifetime atheists, ex-evangelicals, truth seekers, and free thinkers comes into play, because I think that all of these groups of people working together can bring about understanding about the religions that fall under a couple of different specific covers. But I think that all of these groups need to work together to ensure that the messaging of these religions doesn't continue to permeate the culture the way that it is. And I'm guessing that there are going to be a good number of people listening to this podcast that don't even know all the ways that evangelical thinking has already permeated the culture and what it can do long term if it's left unchecked. That's a real problem that we are going to be addressing through a bunch of different avenues and a bunch of different topics.